everyone. Today we are going to explore expenses section of QuickBooks Online version. In this expenses section, we will learn how to add contractors and vendors and pay their bills. We can also pay direct expenses, or we can create bills and we can record through the bills as well. So first of all, I will guide you how to add vendors or contractors in your books. You have to go to expenses section and click on vendors, and here is the option to add a new vendor. You can click here. It's same like creating a customers. So the form is almost similar. You have to add the details of your vendors. For example, name of your vendor is Jason's Enterprises is your vendor's name, and the name of the owner or the contact person will be showing here. I am adding the name. Jason Smith is the name of the person. You can add their email address, phone number, mobile number, fax, or other details. You can add their address and any notes, any attachments. You can add all the details relevant to your vendor, so that you can record their expenses accurately. You can add their rates as well, payment terms, account number, everything you have. You can write it down here. So for the display name, you can show as a contact person name or with the company name. So I will prefer to show with the company name. After you added all the details in this form, you can save, and this vendor will be created in your books. So once the vendor is created, you can search it from this search bar. You can simply type the name, and it's showing here Jason's Enterprises. All the transactions relevant to this vendor will be showing in this list. All the bills or expenses that are belong to this vendor will be showing in this section. So once we have created the vendors, we can make transactions with them. Similarly, just like vendors, we can create contractors as well. The contractors will be working with us to provide their services. We can add them permanently in our contractor list and pay them in our payroll. So this will be the part of our payroll account, and we'll be paying them according to our scheduled payment. So once we have added vendors and contractors, we can start recording their expenses. There are different ways to record expenses. One method is to record your expense through purchase order, and second option is to directly record your expenses. We will use both methods to record the expenses. First of all, we will record through purchase order. So in the drop down menu, there is option of purchase order. You can create a purchase order. You can create the purchase order for any vendor. For example, we are going to purchase from Jason's Enterprises. And the items we want to purchase are the laptops that we'll be selling to our customers. And the quantity is 5 laptops with the rate of 30,000 per laptop. So total amount will be showing as $150,000 for all laptops. and this is the purchase order. You can save and send if you have added the email address of your vendor. If you don't want to send through email, you can save and close or print this purchase order and send to your vendor. So once you have created your purchase order number is showing with the purchase order. Once you have agreed, once your vendor is agreed to sell you these items with these prices, you can convert this purchase order to the bill, and later on you can pay your bill to your vendor. So that purchase order is converted into the bill. The same item details are added in the bill and it will be saved in your books. If you want to schedule your payment, you can do that. Otherwise you can save it and pay it later on from your books. So now the payable will be created in your books with $150,000. You can see the bill is showing with the amount of 150,000. So whenever you have decided to pay your vendor, you can simply go here. There are two options. You can go into expenses, go into vendors, and select your vendor you want to pay. In this case you have Jason Enterprises. You can click on drop down and mark as paid, so it will be automatically recorded in the books. You can select the date of your payment amount. For example, this amount was paid on 28th of June, so it will be recorded in your books on this date. You can save and close, and this bill will be marked as paid. So this method was to record your expenses through purchase order, and in another option you can directly record your expenses. You can click on new button and click on expense. You can select your vendor and select your items. If you did not purchase any items that you want to add your into your inventory, you can simply choose the category of your expense. This is the ledger in your chart of account, so you can change this ledger according to the transaction type. For example, this was dues and subscription, and you had paid the subscription for the year 2023 to 2024, and the amount was $500. So this expense will be recorded in your books. So this was the direct method to record your expenses. The indirect method was to record your expenses through purchase order. So these are two options to record your expenses in your books. Hope you have understand the complete procedure to record your expenses, and in the next videos we will explain about banking section and other options available in the QuickBooks account. Thank you. See you in the next video.